So you have already studied phase control rectifiers for R and RL loads and probably for RLE loads as well. So was the circuit diagram of the half wave rectifier. VA thyristor 1, VB T1, T2 and T3. So we have three thyristors in a half wave rectifier. A phase voltage VA appears across thyristor T1. A phase voltage VB appears is connected to thyristor T2 and VC is connected to thyristor T3. And we'll be having a load here. It can be an R load, it can be an RL load, or it can be an RLE load. R, L, and E. So in this case, what will be the conditions for thyristor T1 to be on? One, you have to provide the firing pulse, and two, the voltage across the thyristor has to be forward biasing. Fine. So in case the voltage appearing across thyristor T1 can be VAB or it can be VAC. Fine. So initially T2 or T3 was already conducting, and we are triggering thyristor T1. We are providing voltage to thyristor T1. Will thyristor T1 turn on or turn off? That will depend. What will be the voltage across this thyristor? So the voltage across this thyristor can, if say for example initially thyristor T2 was already conducting, so the voltage at this point initially was VB. So the voltage across thyristor T1 at that time will be VAB. So if VAB is positive at that time, only then thyristor T1 will turn on, and that will also mean the voltage VB across the thyristor T2, the voltage appearing now will be VBA. Fine. VAB will be appearing across thyristor T1 and VBA will be the voltage appearing across thyristor T2. So if VAB is positive, VBA will definitely be negative. So thyristor T2 will turn off and thyristor T1 will turn on. Similarly, if initially say for example thyristor T3 was conducting, so the voltage at this point was VC. Now we are triggering thyristor T1. The voltage appearing across thyristor T1 will now be VAC. So if voltage VSC is positive, then only thyristor T1 will trigger on. If the voltage VSC is negative, then thyristor T1 will not trigger on. So these voltage VAB or VAC has to be positive, as well as we have to be providing the firing pulse. Similarly, T2 will be turned on if the voltage VBA or VBC appearing across thyristor T2 at that very moment is positive. And for thyristor T3, the voltage can be either VCA or VCB, depending what was previously conducting. So using this three-phase diagram, it will be more clear. So in short, one, you have to provide the firing pulse to the thyristors, as well as the voltage appearing across the thyristors. That can be either VAB or VAC, that can be VBA or VBC, or that can be VC or VCB. This has to be positive across the thyristor as well. That's when we are talking about R or RL loads. Fine. So this is our three-phase voltage, RYB. In case of a half-wave rectifier, phase voltage will appear across the output. So what happens? Red is VA, yellow is VB, and blue one is VC. So VA is nothing but Vm sine omega t, VB is Vm sine omega t minus 120, and VC is Vm sine omega t minus 240 degrees. So they are phase shifted by 120 degrees. So this is 120 here. This will be 60 at this point, and this angle is pi. So this is our 2 pi. Fine. Hopefully you have understood the concept how a diode bridge rectifier is diode bridge rectifier conducts. They may be diode bridge rectifier diodes do not need the firing pulse. So in that manner, there may be initially some difference when we start with, but thyristors do require firing pulse. But eventually thyristor and the diode bridge rectifier, it will only depend upon what is the firing pulse. So this angle is 30 degrees. So corresponding to 30 degrees, what you can see is VA is positive, VC is positive. The voltage VAC at this point will actually be 0. VA and VC both, they are having the same magnitude. So the line voltage VA minus VC, that's VAC, will be 0 at this time. So if we trigger the thyristor anywhere after this point, we are now talking specifically about RLE load. Fine. So up to this point, initially no thyristor was conducting. Say for example, there is no conduction of any thyristor. T1 is off, T2 is off, and T3 is off. So what will be the voltage across the out? Let us take a case where alpha is 45 degrees. Say it's somewhere in between 30 and 60 degrees. Fine. Alpha is 40 degrees. So from 0 to alpha, the output voltage will be equal to E. From 0 to alpha, that will alpha be 45 degrees. This is 45 degrees at this point. Somewhere around here we have 45 degrees. Fine. So from 0 to alpha, the voltage across the output will be E. So this is output voltage E. Fine. Now at point at 45 degrees, we are triggering thyristor T1. As soon as we trigger thyristor T1, the voltage that will be appearing across the thyristor T1 will be VA minus E. Thyristor T2 is not conducting, thyristor T3 is not conducting. These are cases for a resistive load. Thyristor T1 is not conducting, thyristor T2 is not conducting, thyristor T3 is not conducting. At 45 degrees, we are providing a firing pulse to thyristor T1. So the voltage appearing across this will be at that time VA minus the voltage that is across the output, VA minus V0. That is V0 is E initially, so VA minus V0 is VA minus E. So uh, the voltage appearing across thyristor T1 at this point is VA minus E. So if VA minus E is positive, only then thyristor T1 will conduct. If VA minus E is negative, then thyristor T1 will not conduct. So say for example, I am taking a magnitude of E this much. So at this point VA is here. So that means VA is greater than E. So the thyristor T1 will start conduction, and the voltage now appearing across the load, that's V0, will simply be this voltage VA, the phase voltage VA. So from this point onwards, the voltage output voltage will be VA, that's this voltage. Fine. This is the case where E is less than VE. If at this point, say for example, I am saying E is not less than VA. Say for example, E is somewhere here. E का magnitude इतना है. At 45 degrees, magnitude of VA is only this much. So that means E is greater than VA. So thyristor T1 के across जो voltage होगी at that point, that will be VA minus E. So ये जो voltage appear हो रही है across the thyristor, वो ज़्यादा है, वो negative है. VA minus E is negative at this point because E is greater than VA. So thyristor T1 will not trigger. तो आउटपुट के अक्रॉस जो वोल्टेज आउटपुट के अक्रॉस क्या वोल्टेज होगी वो ई ही होगी. ठीक है. दैट विल रिमेन ई beyond 45 degrees as well. So for alpha greater than 45 degrees, 45 degrees से आगे what will happen, that if V A is greater than E, thyristor T1 will be forward biased, then output voltage will be equal to the input voltage, that is VA at this time. If VA is less than E, that will normally not be the case. Thyristor T1 reverse bias ही रहेगा, so output voltage आपकी E ही होगी. Fine. So 45 से आगे आप क्या देखोगे, अगर थायरिस्टर अगर VA less than E है, then thyristor T1 will not trigger. If VA is greater than E, then the thyristor T1 will trigger. Normally this E, magnitude of E, this will be less than VA, VB and VC, all the three phase voltage. So output voltage will now appear like this. अब नेक्स्ट फायरिंग इंस्टेंट क्या है, आप T1 को ट्रिगर कर रहे हो 45 डिग्री पे, आफ्टर 5 degrees, that's after 180 degrees, that is 180 plus 45, that's 225. अगर यहाँ पे pi है, that's 1, if pi is here, that's 180 degrees. 225 will be somewhere, this is 30, this is 60, this is 90, this is 120, 150, 180, this is 210, this is 225. 225 कहीं पे यहाँ पे होगा. ठीक है. So थायरिस्टर T2 को आप यहाँ पे ट्रिगर कर रहे हो, थायरिस्टर T1 को आपने यहाँ पे ट्रिगर किया था एट 45 डिग्रीज, T2 को आप 180 प्लस 45 डिग्रीज एट 225 डिग्रीज ट्रिगर करोगे। सो व्हाट विल हैपन, वी मतलब आउटपुट वोल्टेज तो ऐसे ही फॉलो कर रहा है, फाइन। एट दिस पॉइंट यू कैन सी E is now again greater than VA। अगर इंडक्टर सर्किट में नहीं होता, what would have happened that thyristor T1 would have triggered off, और उसके बाद वोल्टेज जो अपेयर होती है across the output that would have been E, fine। From up to this point 0 to 45 degrees the output voltage is E, from 45 degrees onwards up to this point जहाँ पे अब VA और E का मैग्नीट्यूड फिर से बराबर हो रहा है, that means after this point E का मैग्नीट्यूड VA से ज़्यादा होगा। अगर नॉर्मली खाली हम RE लोड की बात करते then this would have been the profile for an RE load, बट RLE लोड है हमारे पास, दैट मीन्स करंट cannot instantaneously change direction, so current will flow in the circuit for some amount of time जब तक इंडक्टर डिस्चार्ज नहीं हो जाता। So beyond this point there will be conduction। सर T2 को ट्रिगर 120 डिग्री के बाद करते हैं या 180 डिग्री के बाद, इन सॉरी this is pi, T2 will be triggered after 120 degrees। T1 will be triggered at alpha degrees, T2 will be triggered after 120 degrees, T3 will be triggered after another 120 degrees, so that 120, 120, 120 ये स्पैन रहेगा 360 डिग्रीज का, ठीक है। After 120 degrees, so if we are having alpha is 45 degrees, that means T2 will be at 165 degrees we are triggering T2, so let T2 be here somewhere, ठीक है। T2 को हमने कहीं पे यहाँ पे ट्रिगर किया। सो मैं बता रहा था आपको कि V यहाँ पे इस पॉइंट पे वी हैव रीच दिस पॉइंट, यहाँ पे VA और E का मैग्नीट्यूड बराबर हो रहा है। तो VA और E का मैग्नीट्यूड बराबर होने का मतलब ये है कि आपका जो सिस्टम है फॉर RE लोड इट शुड हैव थायरिस्टर T1 रिवर्स बायस हो जाना चाहिए था, बट क्योंकि हमारा जो लोड है दैट इज नॉट RE load, it's an RLE load, so the conduction will continue for some amount of time। अब यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक it can either be a continuous conduction or it can be a discontinuous conduction। For a continuous conduction, at this point we are triggering T2, now the voltage VB will appear across T2 and VB minus VA is positive, that means VBA जो voltage appear हो रही है across thyristor T2 that is positive, तो thyristor T2 will trigger on at this point and thyristor T1 के across जो voltage अब appear होगी that will be VAB, VAB negative होगी, that's why VAB will force thyristor T1 to trigger off, will make it reverse bias and it will turn off। So at this point at 120 plus alpha, that's at 165 degrees, fine। So at 165 degrees, what we are seeing is thyristor T2 के across जो voltage appear हो रही है that's VBA, इस टाइम पे VB का magnitude VA से ज़्यादा है, so that's why the thyristor T2 will trigger on, while as thyristor T1 के across जो voltage है that's VAB वो negative है, thyristor T1 turn off होगा, so output के across जो voltage होगी that will be again VB, the input voltage। So 45 to 165 आपका ये केस है. If it's a continuous conduction mode. Now we'll assume that VA is greater than E. We'll take a case where VA is greater than E. So VA is greater than E, 45 to 165 degrees. What's happening? T आउटपुट वोल्टेज जो है वो VA है. So 165 degree to plus 120 degrees, that's 285 degrees. V naught will be equal to VB. So this voltage will remain now VB up to this point. जहाँ पे अब हम this is again 120 degrees apart. यहाँ पे हम T3 को trigger कर रहे हैं. That's at 285 degrees. So what we are saying is now the voltage appearing across T3 is VCB. VCB is positive, so T3 will turn off, whereas VBC is the voltage appearing across thyristor T2, वो negative होगी इस time पे, so thyristor T2 turn off हो जाएगा. So 285 plus 120 degrees, that is 405 degrees. So what you are seeing between this point, V naught will be equal to the phase voltage VC. So ये फिर ऐसे ही कंटिन्यू रहेगा. This is for a continuous conduction mode. So start में E appear हो गया from 0 to 45 degrees, जहाँ पे कोई भी thyristor conduct नहीं कर रहा था. उसके बाद normal जो 3 phase half wave rectifier का काम होता है for an RL load, that will be the case. ठीक है. RLE load में भी वही केस होगा जो RL load में होता है for a continuous conduction mode. This will be the case from 45 to 120 plus, from alpha to 120 plus alpha, output voltage will be VA. From 120 plus alpha to 120 plus 2 alpha, it will be output voltage will be VB. And from alpha to 120 plus alpha, output voltage is VA. From 120 plus alpha to 240 plus alpha, output voltage is VB. And from 240 plus alpha to 360 plus alpha, output voltage is VC. Fine. This is for a continuous conduction mode. Now for a discontinuous conduction mode, what will happen? For a discontinuous conduction mode, from alpha, from 45 degree जो हमने alpha लिया इस केस में, to 120 plus alpha, what will be the output voltage? Say for example, this is our voltage E. We are triggering thyristor T1 here. This is 45 degrees. यहाँ पे हम thyristor T1 को trigger कर रहे हैं. After 120 degrees, we are triggering thyristor T2. After another 120 degrees, we are triggering thyristor T3. So say for example, let this be the magnitude of E. So 0 से लेके अल्फा तक आउटपुट वोल्टेज E होगा. फिर अल्फा से लेके, this is alpha, this is 120 plus alpha, and this is This is 120 plus alpha, and this is fired at 240 plus alpha. From 0 to alpha, output voltage is E. From alpha onwards, the output voltage will be let this be the magnitude of E. From यहाँ पे VA is greater than E, so T1 will trigger on. So from this point onwards, output voltage will be VA. At this point, VA and E have become equal. L की वजह से ये continue करेगा for some time. ठीक है? If it's clearly visible, that inductor have discharged at this point. So इस period में क्या होगा? यहाँ से यहाँ तक output voltage E है. So let this continue for some amount of time. उसके बाद से फॉर एग्जाम्पल इंडक्टर डिस्चार्ज हो गया, तो इस पीरियड में यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक जब तक आपका आउटपुट वोल्टेज जब तक आप T2 को फायर नहीं करोगे, सो फॉर दिस अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम दिस विल बी द आउटपुट वोल्टेज. द वोल्टेज विल बी इक्वल टू E. Fine, this is your output voltage. From 0 to alpha, output voltage is E. For a discontinuous mode of operation, for a DCM, 0 to alpha, output voltage is E. From alpha to, say for example, this angle is, we do not know the value of this angle, we'll take it as beta. So from alpha to beta, output voltage is VA. बीटा पे इंडक्टर completely discharge हो गया. इस केस में it's not a continuous conduction mode, so output voltage will now again switch because E has become greater than VA. So output voltage from beta to 120 plus alpha, it will be E again. So यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक, this point is 120 plus alpha, and then this point is 240 plus alpha. What's happening from 120 from beta to alpha, beta to 120 plus alpha, आपकी जो आउटपुट वोल्टेज है वो E होगी. इस पॉइंट पे फिर आप T2 को ट्रिगर कर रहे हो. सो once you trigger the thyristor T2, आउटपुट वोल्टेज अक्रॉस thyristor T2 will now be VB minus E. ठीक है, VA तो ऑलरेडी T1 तो ऑलरेडी ट्रिगर ऑफ हो चुका है, सो वो कोई रोल अब प्ले नहीं करेगा. सो एट दिस पॉइंट द आउटपुट वोल्टेज अक्रॉस thyristor will be VB minus E. So thyristor T2 के across जो voltage है, that's VB minus E. Since VB minus E is positive, that means thyristor T2 will trigger on. So output voltage will now again be VB, and this will, if we are having the same value of inductor, so this will continue up to this point. So वो point क्या होगा? From 120 plus alpha to this will be 120 plus beta. Output voltage जो आपकी होगी, that will be VB in this case. If this is beta, 120 degrees later, what will happen? That's at 120 plus beta. तब तक आपकी कंडक्शन रहेगी, तब तक आपका थायरिस्टर T2 ऑन रहेगा. तो दिस अल्फा टू बीटा के बीच में T1 ऑन है, बीटा टू 120 प्लस अल्फा के बीच में कोई थायरिस्टर ऑन नहीं है. तो 120 प्लस अल्फा टू 120 प्लस बीटा, आउटपुट वोल्टेज इज VB. इस बीच में थायरिस्टर T2 ऑन है. उसके बाद 120 प्लस बीटा से लेके अप टू 240 plus alpha, output voltage will be equal to E. So यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक, that's actually this point is 120 plus beta and this point is 240 plus alpha. So यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक आउटपुट वोल्टेज होगी वो अगेन E होगी. उसके बाद T3 को आप ट्रिगर कर रहे हो, T3 के अक्रॉस वोल्टेज VC माइनस E होगी. VC माइनस E पॉजिटिव है, so thyristor T3 will trigger on and output voltage will be VC. So this will be the case for a discontinuous conduction mode. So 240 plus alpha to 240 plus beta now. This is beta here. This is 120 plus beta. This point will be 240 plus beta. 240 plus beta तक जो आपकी आउटपुट वोल्टेज है that is VC. So इस दौरान जो आपका thyristor on है that is T3, and then from 240 plus beta up to 360 plus alpha, output voltage will again be equal to E. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक ये जो पॉइंट है this is 360 plus E. So 360 plus E, you are again triggering thyristor T1 after completing one full cycle. You are again triggering thyristor T1. So this will be the voltage profile for a discontinuous conduction mode. For a continuous conduction mode, for this continuous conduction mode, you can find out V average as 1 by time period is pi by 3 integral 0 to pi by 3 Vm sin omega t. ठीक है, plus start में initially the voltage will be E, that will not matter. For a discontinuous conduction mode, what you are seeing, the average voltage, this is for alpha less than 60 degrees, but V average is टाइम पीरियड आपका इस केस में 120 डिग्रीज का है, 1 by pi by 3, 0 to, say for example we are integrating it from alpha to pi by 3 plus alpha. Time period is 2 pi by 3, sorry, 120 degrees, 1 by 2 pi by 3 अल्फा से लेके 2 पाई बाई 3 प्लस अल्फा तक जो भी आउटपुट वोल्टेज होगी वो आपको इंटीग्रेट करना है. तो फ्रॉम अल्फा टू बीटा आप देख रहे हैं आउटपुट वोल्टेज वी ए है, और फ्रॉम बीटा टू 120 प्लस अल्फा आउटपुट वोल्टेज जो आपकी है वो ई है. तो ये जो यहाँ पे इंटीग्रल होगा दिस विल बिकम 3 बाई 2 पाई, 1 by 2 pi by 3 is the time period. From alpha to, first we will integrate it up to beta, from alpha to beta, output voltage is VA, that is Vm sin omega t d omega t, plus बीटा से लेके फिर 120 प्लस अल्फा तक आउटपुट वोल्टेज इज इक्वल टू ई, दैट्स अ कांस्टेंट डीसी वोल्टेज. सो वो आप सीधे इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हो बाहर निकाल के. So you can use this formula to find out the average output voltage for a discontinuous conduction mode, and for a continuous conduction mode it will simply be ये पार्ट रिमूव करके. ठीक है, 1 by pi by 3 नहीं, यहाँ पे 1 by 2 pi by 3 है. So this is the case for a three-phase half wave rectifier. For a three-phase full wave rectifier, ये T1 हुआ, ये T3 हुआ, ये T5 हुआ. Hope you know why we are numbering this the thyristors in this fashion. T1, T2, T3. यहाँ पे जो आपकी voltage है that is VA. It's a sinusoidal voltage. You are applying a voltage VB at this point, and you are applying a voltage VC at this point, and then this is your RLE load. RLE. ठीक है. So these are our voltage. We have three phase voltage VA, VB and VC. So जो इस case में voltage that will actually decide whether the thyristor is on or off, and accordingly what the output voltage will be. That will be a line voltage in this case. It will not be a phase voltage. So for a three-phase full wave rectifier, it will be the line voltage that will be appearing across the output. So accordingly, you have the line voltage here, VAB. This is VAB. This will be VBC. This will be VCA. So this will be VBA. This will be VCB, and this will be VAC. ठीक है. VA, VB, VC, they are the three phase voltage. So VAB is nothing but VA minus VB, VAC is VA minus VC. तो ये आपके voltage line voltage का profile है. Line voltage they are root 3 times the phase voltage, इनका magnitude. So for a normal operation, say for example, we are again taking an alpha of 45 degrees. So this is this point is this is 30 here. This is 60. This is 90. 120, 150, 130, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. This is pi. This is 2 pi. So, say for example, we are taking an angle alpha of 45 degrees. That means we are triggering thyristor T1 at this point. So, since we are talking about rectifiers, so that means इससे पहले T5, T6 was already on. We can assume that. So once we are triggering thyristor T1, yeah, normally what happens, इसके बाद T1, T6 कंडक्ट करने लगता है. ठीक है. So this is 30, this is 60 here. तो हम यहाँ पे थायरिस्टर T1 को ट्रिगर कर रहे हैं. So इस केस में after 60 degrees, after every 60 degrees, we'll be triggering another thyristor. So if we are triggering thyristor T1 at this point, after 60 degrees, we'll be triggering thyristor T2. So
तो
60
क्यों
degrees is somewhere here. So we are triggering thyristor T2 here. And then after another 60 degrees, we'll be triggering thyristor T3 and so on. So initially assuming that thyristors T5 and T6 were on, after this point, what will happen? That thyristor T5 will turn off and thyristors T1 and T6 will be conducting. On the circuit diagram, you can say initially T5 and T6 were on. T5 and T6 on का मतलब ये है कि करंट की डायरेक्शन ऐसे थी. T5 and T6. So this is the direction of current when thyristors T5 and T6 were on. So that means the voltage appearing across the output at that time was thyristor T6. That means this voltage, that is voltage VC, and this voltage, that is VB, that is VCB. VC minus VB was the voltage appearing across when thyristor T5 and T6 were on. So VCB is this red voltage. So this is the voltage that was previously uh, appearing across the load, VCB. At this point, we are providing firing pulse to thyristor T1. थायरिस्टर T1 को जब हम ट्रिगर करेंगे, थायरिस्टर T1 के अक्रॉस वोल्टेज VA आ रही है. सो T5 के अक्रॉस जो उस टाइम पे वोल्टेज होगी, दैट विल बी VAC. Since VA at this point at 45 degrees, VA is greater than VC. 45 degrees यहाँ पे, दिस इज VA ये वाली वोल्टेज है, VC ये वाली वोल्टेज है. अगर आप फेज वोल्टेज को देखोगे तो VA is greater than VC. That means thyristor T1 will trigger on and thyristor T5 के अक्रॉस जो वोल्टेज है, that is VCA, thyristor T5 will trigger on. अगर हमारा अल्फा 30 से कम होता, that means 30 is यहाँ पे. So at this point what would have happened? Since VA was not greater than VC, VA VC से कम था, thyristor T1 trigger होता ही नहीं. So the necessary condition for three-phase rectifiers that you know is at a minimum of alpha. जब हम यहाँ पे लेते हैं तो alpha corresponding to, if VA is Vm sin omega t, that means if VA is starting from angle 0 से हम ले रहे हैं तो उस ग्राफ पे alpha has to be greater than 30 degrees. This is true for a full wave diode based rectifier as well as for a full wave thyristor based rectifier. The minimum alpha has to be 30 degrees when we are talking about VA equal to Vm sin omega t. ठीक है, अगर हम VA भी Vm sin omega t लेंगे फिर दूसरी बात है. So at 45 degrees, VA is greater than VC, so T1 will trigger on. जैसे ही T1 trigger on होगा, T5 trigger off होगा, उस टाइम पे अब करंट की डायरेक्शन क्या होगी? VA is on off, that means करंट यहाँ से फ्लो करेगी सिस्टम में, and it will trace its path back from T6 point. So the voltage appearing across the output at that time is VAB. VAB is this voltage on the graph. Now this is the case नाउ इन केस जैसे फुल वेव थ्री फेज, जैसे हमने ब्रिज रेक्टिफायर में देखा, फुल वेव कन्वर्टर में ई का रोल ज़्यादा नहीं होगा. से फॉर एग्जांपल ई इज समवेयर हेयर, दिस वोल्टेज विल ऑलवेज बी लेस देन द लाइन वोल्टेज अनलेस एंड अनटिल ई का मैग्नीट्यूड कहीं पे यहाँ पे होगा. ठीक है, he has a very high magnitude, the voltage will only then reverse bias the thyristors. Fine. If E is somewhere at this point, then output voltage E is always greater than the line voltage. In that case, what you'll see is that the output voltage will be E. But if E is somewhere around at this point, from alpha less than 60 degrees, for alpha less than 60 degrees, E will have no role to play. और ये जो आपने थ्री फेज फुल वेव रेक्टिफायर किया था फॉर आर एल, this will be the voltage profile. For alpha less than 45 degrees, for alpha less than 60 degrees, for alpha less than up to 90 degrees actually, there will be no role of the EMF E. So in short, जैसे आपने already आप कर चुके होंगे, this will be the voltage profile for alpha less than 60 degrees. The output voltage profile for alpha less than 60 degrees, it will be something like this. For alpha, this is corresponding to alpha less than 60 degrees, but it is alpha greater than 30 degrees. Fine. For alpha, this is 30, this is 60. Say for example, at 60 degrees, the voltage will be like this, the output voltage. यहाँ पे आप T1 को ट्रिगर कर रहे हो, यहाँ पे आप T2 को कर रहे हो, यहाँ पे आप T3 को कर रहे हो, यहाँ पे आप T4 को कर रहे हो, T5 and T6 को आप ट्रिगर कर रहे हो at this point. So previously T5, T6 were conducting. So in between this T6, T1 will conduct. Then in between this T1, T2 will conduct. Then in between this T2, T3 will conduct. T3, T4 will conduct. T5, T6 will conduct. Then again T6, T1. Fine. T1, T2, T2, T3, T3, T4, T4, T5, T5, T6. So this will be the output profile for alpha equal to 60 degrees. This is alpha equal to 90 degrees. VAB इस टाइम पे क्या है? VAB इस टाइम पे ये वाली वोल्टेज है. This is the case for R load as well as for RL load. यही प्रोफाइल होगा. There will be no change. Will the same graph be true for RL E load? At alpha equal to 90 degrees and at alpha equal to 120 degrees, for an RLE load, I am talking about RLE load for alpha equal to 90 degrees, for alpha equal to 120 degrees, uh, for continuous conduction mode or for discontinuous conduction mode, whatever the case be. ये आपका असाइनमेंट है। फॉर अल्फा इक्वल टू 90 degrees, for alpha equal to 120 degrees, for an RLE load, or whether it's a continuous conduction mode or a discontinuous conduction mode, plot the voltage waveform। फाइन, ये आपका असाइनमेंट है। अब ये आपको मैटलैब में करोगे या हाथ से करोगे वो आपकी मर्जी है। ठीक है। So once you find out the voltage profile of the output waveform, you can find out the average voltage as well। फाइन, तो ये कल दिन है आपके पास, परसों मंडे को रादर ऑन वेंसडे ये असाइनमेंट सबमिट होने चाहिए। और असाइनमेंट पॉजिटिवली सबमिट कर देना क्योंकि असेसमेंट तो इसी बेसिस पे है। तो वंस फिर अगर आप मैं वेंसडे को फिर शेयर भी करूँगा अगर आपसे हो पाया या नहीं हो पाया, और एवरेज आउटपुट वोल्टेज क्या होगी इस केस में वो भी बता दूंगा। So this is all for today. We have studied three phase half wave rectifiers and we have studied